right? So we're going to be sharing international opportunities like this so that you can take advantage at every point, right? So you want to stay tuned. So that community is going to be like an ecosystem. We're already discussing mechanism to build a larger community. And the vision really for us at Campus Startup is to be able to establish a community online that can be able to reach out to the magnitude of young people we have at their campus level, fresh graduates, right? Young professionals that are trying to find their way and know what to do to be able to be part of that community and ecosystem. I mean, think of this summit we're doing. Think of multiple other summits that are specifics, right? Now we've spoken about how starting life after school. Now, after this, we're going to be talking about certain things, clarity in terms of planning, as simple as planning. How do you plan? Many people don't know how to plan. How do you plan the plan you can execute? Some people plan, but that plan can never be executed by them or even by their mentors. How do you do proper planning? We're going to be looking at that. We'll be talking to you about the discovery of AI and, of course, the invention of tech and how that's going to impact on the workplace and what you should do so that you will never be displaced. There are people you can't fire, no matter the level of downsizing you're doing. You're downsizing, you're resizing, you are whatever. There are people you can never fire. It doesn't matter if there is going to be 3 people left, they will be part of the 3 people because they offer immense value to these organizations, right? And these are some of the things we're going to be spreading across and be sharing at the course of the community. We'll also be exposing lots of people to different opportunities where you can take advantage of mentorship, right? Direct mentorship, like some of you are seeing already. So you want to stick in here, you want to be with us in the community, you want to reach out to your friends. From time to time, we're going to expand the community until we can reach out to more people from time to time. When we see people are not really active on the community, we're going to take them out because, again, it's not just about building a community of 10,000 people or 1 million people like we intend to build. It's about building a critical mass of young people who are passionate about their growth and to give back to society, people who want to go out there and make a difference for themselves, their families, and as well as society at large. This is the kind of community we want to build, right? So because that is what we're centered on, it is required that we put in our best and we put in our commitment. Like we said yesterday, we don't want people who think this is an option. We want people who this is their priority. We want people who this is their priority, who are willing to pay that level of attention, focus, and give their resources to developing themselves at the cost of making impact, even in their own life, family, and society. So let's dive straight into it. I'm looking forward to those chats now. Let me get to see what do you do? What do you do? What are you currently doing? What are you hoping to do? I want to see those comments coming in. Let's make it fast. Today is supposed to be back to back to be able to achieve our goal. So let's make it fast. I can see Amina's hand up. Amina, do you want to ask a question? So I'm waiting for those updates. Let's get them. That's how we start for today. Stay waiting for updates. Who is the first person who is going first? Okay. Okay, we have some people already. Okay, I can see somewhere, I'm into data analytics. Okay, great. Data analytics. Okay, Samuel, can you unmute your mic? Samuel, if you can hear me, can you unmute your mic, please? Okay, I just gave you permission to do so. Please do.
Yeah,
Can you hear
hello.
me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
good morning, Samuel. Great. Great. I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, so run me through what you do and what your plans are moving forward. What's your intention in scaling? Let's hear you.
Okay, I actually just ventured into data analytics this year,
Okay.
and intending on finding companies that I can work with via internships and also
Oh,
volunteer this year,
oh,
and also advance in my career in data analytics. Basically, that's just it.
oh, awesome. Why the choice of data analytics? Why?
Um, Firstly, I studied accounting, so data
Okay.
analytics how intertwined with business and deals with data at the same time. So I
Mm.
think I'm just able to quickly process or work on that also. And I have a flair for that.
Oh, amazing. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to someone who understands what they want and they're going for it. A friend of mine recently just left for the UK. She got a job as a data analytics for Bloomberg. So this is what I want to ask. You just mentioned that you're looking forward to getting opportunities for internship. Have you gotten any? If you haven't, why haven't you?
No, I haven't, although I've been applying for some, but I haven't
Okay.
gotten any. And majority of the ones I've seen are not in Nigeria. And
Okay.
it seems there's a specific criteria they're looking for also. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. What's the challenge with the criteria? It doesn't align with your skill set at the moment, or what's the disparity? Or you don't want to travel out?
Hire certain persons that have already worked on bigger projects in
Okay.
your place before moving to somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay. So, but if you see an opportunity that fits with your skill set to travel out, you will take it.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so let's use your scenario as a case study, even as we build. Hopefully, it will help those who are shy. Perhaps they're waiting for another session where they come and tell you how gimme, Jimmy. There's no gimme, Jimmy. Today, we're looking at you, and that is a very important part of this entire narrative. That's why it's more interesting. So let's take a look at your scenario and try to see if we can find something to help your process. Okay, so Samuel is focused on being a data analytics and an analyst, right? She's a woman. She has an advantage of a lady in tech. That way, because of the focus of the world today for equality and equal chance for genders, she stands a better chance if she looks at organizations that are gender sensitive as well. So, question is, what organizations are out there that need data analysts or work in the tech space that finding a female data analyst who understand her onion will be an advantage. That should be like a way to begin a search, right? Because you must understand that nobody employs you because they think you're a nice person. People employ you because they think you're competent. They employ you because they look at you and they figure within the scope of what they want to achieve, you fit it. So it's not because you're nice, it's because you fit into their vision. So you must find a vision they have and identify with it. It is when you identify with that vision that you become irresistible. Okay. Now, very importantly, I think I can hear myself. Okay. Very importantly is as you do that, it sets the curve for you. Another thing you want to do is go out there and look for every job. Are you on LinkedIn? Are you active on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Now, if you go on LinkedIn, you go to the last bar to your right of LinkedIn, you'll find the job icon. When you open to the job icon, based on the skill set you make available on LinkedIn, you will see job opportunities that best links up with your skill set. If the skill set you've itemized on LinkedIn as your skill aligns with those skill set, you will most likely find jobs within that skill set. One of the things you will do just for LinkedIn, as for instance, is to pick on those jobs, search out data analytics job on LinkedIn. When you gather like 10 jobs, minimum of 10, look out for their requirements. In their requirements, you will find the necessary skills you need to build. When you find this requirement and you item them down, you bring them out. You understand that, oh, maybe there are an entirety of 10 skills that are major average skills you're supposed to have. Then you look at yourself and ask yourself, which do I have? Personal evaluation, skill evaluation. You identify, oh, I think somewhere is out. Okay, you're certainly going to get the record. So, like I was saying, you identify the level of skills you have based on the job, right? Now, you know, this is my skill level. The average skill I'm supposed to have based on my analysis, empirical analysis of 10 companies who need a data analyst is this skill, this skill, this skill, and that skill. Then you ask yourself, where can I get access to these skills? Now, the option will vary. It will either be on a platform like EDX or Udemy or Allison or Coursera or whatever platform there is. Then you know, okay, these are the courses I need to learn. Then you go on there to search out those courses you need. You will see the timeline. The beautiful thing about online courses is today they are free. Most times you do them free. It's only the certification you get to pay. And I mean, come on, you can do all of those courses, have the skill, and hope that as you get opportunity, you can show and prove you have the skill. Nobody really just wants to see your certificate this day. They want to know you can do it. Right. And once you show you can do it, you pass that stage, you come into interviews. When we do your interviews and you pass the work, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. So you want to pay attention to that. Now, when you build your skill based on the requirements you found by that study, right? And of course, you're not just looking for any organization, you're looking for top organizations, global brands like Bloomberg, like the rest of them, PwC, right? You're looking at UN, UNICEF, right? World Bank, right? WTO, because you're looking at the global standard. Because right now, when it comes to job, you're not competing just within your office space. You're looking for opportunity to be globally relevant. This is how you can attract good pay that can help you sustain yourself and of course live the life you want to live, especially for you who want to get job, right? So these are some of the things to look at when you build those skills. Now, when you are able to do that empirical study, you now know how long you will require to be able to come to an intermediate level as a data analyst. You must strive to leave the entry level. Listen, whatever skill you're doing, listening to me, you must strive to leave the entry level. Many people have problem with entry level people. One, for lack of experience. Two, for the feeling of entitlement. Many entry level people are entitled. And the reason is because they do not thrive to hone their skills. So most times when they get you, that they want to put you on probation, there's all of that narrative. But when you build your skill effectively and you come in even as an entry level and they see your delivery, see, I need you to understand this. Every office is selfish for their vision. If they find that you have the capacity to help them deliver their vision, their selfishness will promote you, not even their likeness for you. That's why it's hard for companies to let good employees go. Ask yourself why. Is it because they like you? They want to keep paying you salary? No. It's because they figure out that you are the right person to drive their business forward. So they employ you. So why not feed on their selfishness and develop yourself to become relevant at a global scale? So please, if you're still there, Samuel, if you can hear me, this is very important. When you do that, you build on those skills. Don't worry about where to get the job. By the time you build that skill, within the time frame of building that skill, you're going to have opportunities to be able to reach out to people to say, I want to do this project at the cost of learning. If you pick up 5 projects, for instance, and execute, whatever the situation may be, you pick up 5 projects, personal project, and maybe their project might be, I noticed this organization, their data in this regards, blah blah blah, whatever, and you're able to reach out to say, you know what, I just noticed this as part of my generosity or way of giving back. I'll do this for you. Right now, you don't have to break your bank or kill yourself if you realize you don't have the resources. You can now tell them to provide X, Y, and Z, and you'll come and execute. Now, you're building experience. Now, they might think you're doing them a favor, but you are building portfolio and building experience that will enable you to get what you want to get. But most times you find people want to wait, right? And let them get the job, they'll learn on the job, and we'll just go with the job. Then hopefully something else comes up or you grow as project comes. No, you have to be self-driven. You have to know your plan. You need to begin to execute on your own goal. How much do you want to be paid? Very important question Dr. Blessing asked the other day. She asked, what is the value of your time? The value of your time is directly proportional to the value of your life. People pay you for how much you spend your life. You see, when they give you salary is an exchange for your life. What is your life? The impact, the labor, the time, the effort, the knowledge, the stretching, the stress, the entire thing you do is what salary is paid for. So if they pay you 50,000 as a take-home salary per month, question, is your entire life in 1 month only worth 50,000? Does it tell you something about your self-value? So what skills can you build to be able to attract such payment that worth your time? Whereas there are individuals that per second, I need you to listen, they make $10,000 per second. How much do you think Mark Zuckerberg makes per second? How much do you think Dangote is making today? How much do you think the shareholders in MTN they're making per day? Or perhaps that's not for you. They have a special kind of brain and life. Think about it. So you must be ready and prepared to play big. I mean, think of the fact that this is our first event. Of course, not my first event hosting. I've been guest in hundreds of events. I've spoken across the country. Major cities in Nigeria. I traveled because of speaking engagement, right? But first event as we organizing, and you already have a global speaker, and you're already having a return meeting. Think about it. What did I have to do? I had to build my capacity. I had to grow. 5 years of serving in an organization where Dr. Blessing serves. Oh, something she also didn't tell you yesterday was I was recommended by the executive director of that organization to a major assignment. Recommended. In my entire job experience, there was no time I worked with him, but he noticed me. Why? Because you build capacity. You build capacity. And that's what this does. I hope that helps Blessing, helps Samuel, if you're still here. Okay, I can see Praise. Praise is saying I'm into professional counseling. I think before Praise, I saw one from Comfort, currently a visa consultant. Oh, lovely. Oh, this is a very good industry. Okay, please confirm, Comfort, are you here? Okay, I can see you. I am unmuting you. Is there anyone getting bored? Let me see if you're getting value. If you're getting value, say value. If you're getting bored, say bored. Okay, Comfort, you should unmute now. Can you hear me? Okay, it doesn't look like she's here anymore. Let's go ahead. It doesn't look like she's here. Okay, so we'll take for Praise. Praise, confirm you're here. Okay, great. So we have Praise. Thank you, Praise. Let's take Praise's question. So Praise, I'm unmuting you now. So go ahead to pick it up. Just unmute yourself. Yes, you've been unmuted. Confirm you can hear me, Praise.
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay.
Sir.
Good morning. Good
Yes.
morning. Welcome to the call. Let me know. So what do you intend to achieve within that space of guidance and professional counseling? What's your plan? Is it what you want to do or is what you study?
No, it's what I study, but that's what I want to do.
Okay, so run us through.
Yes, I did study the course, but that's what I want to do. So going further, in terms of giving professional counseling, you have to work. Like, okay, for me, I want to work in a place where I can, like an internship. Yes, so I'll be able to understand those techniques, skills to become a professional counselor. I did study, but we didn't, we didn't have that full. I did counseling for secondary school. where I can like that, but I've not been able to go as far like beyond that just for secondary
Yeah.
schools. Yes. So I don't want to just rely on that. I want to really learn further on how to be able to work as a counselor in a firm, to be able to understand how to get the problems and be able to give answers and all of that. So I need to work in a firm, a counseling firm to be specific, to even to work as a volunteer from the start like that. So I'll be able to understand those techniques, skills, and how to apply them before moving forward.
Okay, very great. I like the fact that you already know your starting point. So run me through. I'm aware that you just rounded up with school. So confirm to me if you're already on your search for such kind of organization.
Okay, no, I'm not searching yet. I've not started doing that.
Okay, something we can help you with is at any point you're ready, let us know. We'll write a letter of recommendation for you to any of
Okay,
those organizations. Okay, for
okay, sir.
internship. Okay, so the
Okay,
good thing about this is you already understand where to start from. Now, to take that further, right? Because when you get into such counseling organization, no matter the experience you begin to gather, one of the things they want to do is to begin to have to understand what is the value exchange for them will be. Yeah, you want to come in to learn, you want to come in to improve your skill. What do we stand to gain? You should also be thinking about that, because remember, if you're at the networking session yesterday, I kept saying value exchange, value exchange, value exchange. Nobody wants to
yeah,
mentor you. Nobody really
yeah,
wants to mentor you. People don't have that time. People want to mentor you in the direction of their interest. So I'll give you a simple scenario, right? I'll give you a simple scenario. So Jesus in the Bible had to mentor 12 disciples. And when he mentored these 12 disciples, his followers, there was something very important he stated to them that I think many people don't pay attention to, or they do hear, but they don't understand the import of what it means. Jesus looks at these 12 men and says to them that he has called you so you can be with him and that he might send you. It's a simple thing. The message is clear. The KPIs are clear. I have called you so you will spend time with me so I can send you. So, in other words, you're just my messengers to do my bidding. It's that simple. So, anywhere you go to for mentorship or whatever, you must understand that whoever wants to mentor you has an intention. So, you ask yourself, do you have what it takes for the time you gain what you want to gain to deliver to them? And these are some of the things to do. Now, there are general skills that if you're looking for employment, you listen and listen very good, you must have. I did not say you should, you must have. For instance, as simple as using something as Google Suite. I believe you know Google Suite, the Google Drive, the Google Sheet, the Google Doc, right? The Google Slide, right? Simple folder placement, little things like that. Microsoft Excel, the Google Sheet uh, um and Excel are almost the same, right? The difference majorly for me that I can identify now is that the Google Sheet is always online as against the Excel. I'm not sure. I have more proficiency on the sheet, right? So pretty much, right? So it is expected at a minimum you have that. Why do you need those knowledge? One, because there's going to be goal plannings, and you don't plan goals on paper. You have to be able to use the system to do that. Number two is there's going to be reporting. Every standard good company will report. So you need to be able to have that basic knowledge to at least, now I'm saying basic, very basic knowledge. But if I begin to ask all of you this thing I mentioned, if we have it, you begin to hear all of the side talk. Can you do a proper slide that can be used for an event or can be used for presentation? These things are important for you to be able to scale to anything you want to do job wise, because immediately you get to work, whatever your job description is, these are the tools you will need to be able to effectively carry out your job. Okay, so these are some of the things you begin to look at. If I get So if I get the opportunity to work here, there are entry levels for me. These are platforms I'll take opportunity of. These are platforms I'll take opportunity of. But when I get into this place, I understand the role of an executive assistant. So if there's so much work labor when I get into this, now these are simple entry points for entry level people. So you can go in as an executive assistant to say, oh, I understand the schedule and what it requires. Do you know how to book a flight? Are you getting me? Do you know how to organize a file? Do you know how to organize a mail? Do you know how to keep to time to ensure schedules run as supposed? Right? These things are simple things, but these are the grounds by which operations are carried out across organizations. And whatever organization you go to, it's important to be able to have those skills to make things easy. Imagine you can prepare the slides for your principal, right? Oh, you're going into as an intern to come in at that point. What do they do in that organization? Do you know how to find clients? When they need clients, can you get them clients? What is your average communication skill? What is your speaking skill? Do you know how to use social media? Because these skills are becoming universal, irrespective of whatever organization you go to, they need it. They need it. And whether you like it or not, they are going to pay people for it. So do you have this skill they can pay you for while you learn what you're there to learn? This is the first thing you must identify before getting to that place. Now, when you have this skill, there will be almost nowhere you can't work. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to play around with you, because when you understand the skill requirement, they will need you. Imagine out of all of you on this call, someone reaches out to me today and say, hello, Sir Dave, I have this skill, and this. I realize that this calls have been recorded. I'm looking forward to be able to help in the reporting process of this event. I know you'll be doing a communique. So if you let me, I can listen, transcribe a bit, and we try to summarize the report of this event so that you can have a good document. Do you think she already earned herself a voluntary role or not? It's simple. Dr. Elvis yesterday was speaking to us, and you look, oh, you're having a conference, sir. Oh, sir, I was at this conference while you were speaking. I was inspired by the things you were doing. I'm hoping to be able to learn further from you. Though I might not be able to attend the conference because I don't have the money yet, but I can be able to refer people to the conference. Please share with me the flyer and the invite details so I can share it with my friends. Are you really sure he won't ask you to come for free? Think about it. So these are simple entry points. You can have access to the places you want to have access to, right? So the first challenge is not that there are no opportunities. As I speak to you today, there are over 1,000 jobs in Nigeria today. But people are unemployed. And there are skills you have that automatically creates a job for you. You can either choose to work in a place or begin to develop and hone it into an organization. And everybody can own a company, even though not everybody eventually owns. Everybody can, if you have the skill. Okay? Because at the end of the day, why do we emphasize so much on skill? It is skill that delivers on the value. And that's what you want to pay attention to as you build in that direction. So that's the first part, praise. The second part will now be, you now need to understand organizations satisfy relevant in the field of professional counseling. You are going for your certificates, because that's an industry you have to show you know what you're doing. And an average Nigerian needs therapy. An average Nigerian needs therapy. Either therapy from the news, from the last politics in Nigeria, whether you are obedient or articulated or you are batified. There's just a lot of narrative. People are in emotional tangle. People are really concerned. People are worried politically. There's fuel scarcity. There's a lot happening. So if you have an organization with the right model to reach out to these people, you have a huge market. So this is that time you want to pay attention to understanding your field better. Look online, go to EDX, go to Coursera, go to Udemy, go to Allison, go down there, find certificate courses. You can even search online, top global certificate organizations for professional counseling. You look at them. You may not have the money for the ones that are paid, but you know the skill requirements that you can begin to build skills and preparing yourself for that time. You have the resources to be able to pay for it. Okay, so these are very important. Now, I'd always desired to be a student of Harvard Business School. You know what I did? I've been following Harvard Business School for years. In fact, there have been time in the recent time that I started reading all their articles. I want to go to the school. Do I have the money? No. But is there something I have? Yes, I have data. Data gives me the capacity to research it. Data gives me the capacity to find out. I have some cash. It gives me the opportunity to buy their books and to read. So the day I get into Harvard, I am better than an average person who gets there. Why? Because I have several years of studying Harvard. We were going to invite Dr. Fake. I knew one day I was going to invite her. So what did I do? I followed her on LinkedIn. I started liking her posts. I started engaging her. I took my time. If you check on her LinkedIn, you will not find her email. I had researched her long ago to get her email. When it was time, I sent the right email. I sent it for the right event. They get in touch with me, with her management. I speak to the management guy until he's telling me things that normally I won't know and people do not know, and I'm taking advantage of them. Then she's in our event. Then she's promising us that we should have a re-event. In fact, she's requesting for a re-event. Why? Because you build that level of competency. So when the door opens for many people, the outcome of yesterday would have been bad because we didn't even realize she was on the call 1 hour before we gave her the stage. We didn't even realize. None of the team member picked it because we were all engrossed in Dr. Blessing's session. Everybody, I was taking notes. We wanted to take, because for us, it wasn't about organizing an event. It was about paying attention to the value and taking the value, therefore, to run, not to organize an event like a signboard and you never benefited from the output. Every recording from this session, I'm going to listen, digest, take it, both my sessions. Okay, because that is how to grow. Now, imagine in that kind of scenario, she would have said, oh no, I don't think I can deal with this guy. But she offered. Why? Because she's seen value. Okay, so it is important that you look out for organizations, especially in your field, that can give you the right endorsement. Individuals who are into professional counseling, this is that time to be able to navigate that part. In fact, it's easier for you, especially the fact that you're a lady. Permit me, I'm not saying ladies for any stereotype. I'm saying ladies because it's an advantage for you. People can easily listen to you. So if you have a conversation, look out for the top best. Okay, let me tell you all this. Can everybody hear me? Say I can hear you. Let me tell you this. This will help someone. Let me tell you this. Every time you want to build a professional career, I beg you, don't just look for anybody and say, oh, I just want to get access to mentorship. Mine is just to see someone and just no. Look for the 10 best in your industry within your local residential area domestically. So maybe in Nigeria, let's say for instance, I want to be a professional counselor. I'll look at Nigeria, 10 top professional counselors in Nigeria. I will search them out, find them on their social media page, all their social media page. I'll follow them. Remember, I said 10 best in Nigeria. So the best of the best in Nigeria, 10 of them, I'm following them. Next, 10 best professional counselors in Africa. In Africa, I look for them, 10 best. I'm following them. Then we go again. 10 best global relevant A-class professional counselors globally. Maybe they're in America, maybe they're in Korea, Asia, Europe, America, wherever, right? I find them. I follow them. That's how many? 30. Yes? 30 solid people locally, regionally, globally. I cannot be local. I cannot be a mediocre. You know why? Because I am up to date. I am current. I'm following. So every day I go on my social media, it's a learning. Some of you, when we take your feeds, what we see are very nonsensical things. And sometimes I've heard people say to me, I don't know why it's always this kind of content that pop up in my phone. It's the content you're researching that it becomes your feed. It's the thing you're paying attention to become that becomes your feed. If you open your WhatsApp or if you're on Instagram and you open your search, and in that field, that explore field, what you are seeing are twerking people, that's the kind of person you are. Make no mistake about it, that's just the kind of person you are. Because the entire feed you are tracking is showing the kind of thing you're pushing towards. When we take your social media page, whatever it is, what kind of ads do they suggest to you? Your suggested ads are the interpretation of the algorithm of your person. So even the algorithm of your social media knows you not to be serious. Some of you, if they check you out now, with due respect to celebrities, I do not have a problem with celebrities. All of us one day might be celebrities. So I do not even have a problem with them. But come to think of it, some of you here, you're following the video and you're not a singer. You're not a social media person to say, oh, you're using him to get, or you're going to comment under his post so that it helps your page advance or give you more visibility. No, you are just following for the fight between Davido and Wizkid, who is the best. You who want to build a professional life, that's the conversation you are having. Some of you are not footballers, you're following Messi, you're following some people, you're following people. What commensurate value do you want to drag from them? Then the people you're supposed to follow, no, you're not following them. So when we say go online, go and make a post about your experience, tag me, tag Campus Data, tag our speakers, you didn't do it. But these are things that can give you direct value. Okay, so when you look at these things, then you begin to ask yourself, what do I really want to achieve? So I said, look for the 10 best locally, look for the 10 best regionally, look for the 10 globally, follow them. Please make your social media about your goal, your vision, your focus, not your limitation, your past and your weaknesses. Please make your social media the focus of your goal, where you're headed. Let your social media look at where you're going to. Some of you, your name on social media is rest in peace, Shakaluka Bam Bam. Some people are Lord of the Ring. Some people, you just put different things on social media. And I've heard many people tell me it doesn't matter all of that. Just yesterday, I saw someone in Nigeria, I just saved the details, being trade online, right? Trolled online. Why? He made some posts years before about something, and today he has a different perspective to that thing. And now his critics went back to dig those things to bring it up. And like I told you yesterday, many organizations, unless you want to work in local organization, collect 50,000, 100,000 naira, and use that to sustain your life and your family, unless that's your plan, to just remain on an average, not do too much, then you will not thrive to grow, because that's what's going to happen. If you want to work in global organizations, you want to work in places that your value, the value of your time will be rewarded, you must build these relevant skills. And you have no business thinking because you went to school or you did not go to school, it becomes an excuse. It is not. I became a consultant before 100 level. I remember at 100 level, I'd done consultancy roles for a professor in my department. In fact, he used to call me. I remember some people came in from, we had a guest from America and one from South Korea. He will call me to come and negotiate on his behalf. So you cannot sit here and tell me because you didn't go to school, you're not yet in school, or I just finished, or I'm trying to figure out, like, it's not an excuse. It's not even an excuse. That does not fly anywhere. And excuses are the nails on which failure, the house of failure, is built. Excuse, they are the nails on which they are what you use to nail the house of failure. Excuse, use it to nail it. Failure, because that's what makes you not to do anything. That's what makes you not to prosper. That's what makes you not to take steps. You cannot even entertain anything that makes you feel you cannot. Is the ground by which you will build failure. The ground by which you will build failure. And you don't want to give yourself the excuse. So very importantly, just as we get back to your praise and just finish your session, you want to be able to see that, right? So get to build the right skill. So you begin to study. Just the same thing I said to Samuel, it's the same thing I'm saying to you. So go now and find out job roles for professional counselors. So on your LinkedIn, remember, I said your social media must look like where you're going to. It might not necessarily be you, but and don't just go and put things and they are just things on your social media that you don't have, you are not building towards. It's a big problem. So you should look like where you're going to. So you're putting that in view. Let it remind you every day of where you're going to as you build. So put those details on your social media, especially on LinkedIn. I don't want to believe any of you here are not on LinkedIn. And if you're on LinkedIn, follow me, find me on LinkedIn, David Icha, follow me. And you will see some things I'm doing. Perhaps it will give you perspective, right? But the important thing is when you do that on LinkedIn, for instance, you're going to see a lot of professionals. Why do we talk about LinkedIn? Professionals are there. Lots of professionals that you can take advantage of their experience, their networking, and of course, the things they get to share. When you find those people, you are able to see what they are doing. You find jobs on it. So when you find those jobs on LinkedIn, you're able to find out, oh, these are the top skills I need. Begin to build on them right away. Begin to build on them. Now, remember, there's this skill to be able to work. There's a skill of your job. The first skill to be able to work is all these components of skills I've mentioned. Google Suite, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you must know them. So then you now say, oh, your job description is to be a communication strategist. Then every other tool, Zoom, your ability to use Zoom, some people don't even know how to use WhatsApp. Some people don't even know how to use do YouTube, Zoom, Google Meet. Right? So all these things will not have to come in play. If you're a communication person, how can you not know how to do social media? How do you communicate to your entire mass, your entire target audience? So these things begin to come to view because you now understand this entire thing becomes your job description. But for you to be able to execute your job description, these are the skills you need. So you build the skills before you build for your job. So I built my skills. I know I can operate the computer. I know I can do this. Then for my job, I'm a professional counselor. Now I understand the skill of my job. So this skill now helps me execute the skill of my job. So whether I leave this job today and move to another job, all I need to do is to be able to apply my skill and my experience to be able to work. Does that make sense? Okay. I want to know if you're gaining value. Let me know you're gaining value. I'm getting ready to wrap up so we have a couple of people now here so we can just get to know the opportunities that there are for us. Oh, great, 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 great. Okay, if you're gaining value, let me see you say value. I'm waiting for Mr. Kinsley to join us quickly so we could have that session. Let me hear you say value. Okay, great. So I will just take the rest of the people in a row so that we can just break that in. Now, are you enjoying the session? Let me know. Is it making sense? Is it making sense to you? And please do confirm if what I said helped you, right? So we have Ruth Ose. Ruth is saying, I am Ruth. I just graduated from uni as a French student. I'm good at mentorship and counseling, which I have been doing even before I started my study. But I am into hair and skin. Okay, skincare. Okay, Ruth, I want to have a perception, just a bit of perception to what area you're interested in building in particular. So just go ahead to unmute your mic. I have unmute you. Hi, Ruth, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. It will be good that we can see your face. I think everybody wants to see your face.
Okay. Okay. I would actually like to build on mentorship and counseling because it's something that is like inbuilt that I've been doing for a long time, like as a child till now.
Yeah.
So it's just a course, but that is the main thing for me. That is what I really want to develop on. I want to be able to work with NGOs where I will be able to reach out to young folks, children. That is what I'm actually doing, and I've even created group for it, which I was working on. But at some point, I have to stop because I want to develop myself more.
Okay.
What one don't have, it cannot give out. So I want to develop myself more on that. Now I'm done with school. At least I have time for myself to be able to work with some people, to be able to develop myself. I don't mind volunteering. I'm not really interested in the money aspect. It's training I really need for now.
Okay, very great. One of the things I really appreciate about the people on this call is the fact that it's a critical mass of the kind of people I want. Okay, I was recently at an event where I spoke, and they were over 200 people. And while I was speaking to them, I realized there were lots of time focus, right? And you just find some people just want to hear gaslights. You know, this gaslights. The picture of your future is in your scripture, kind of stuff. Sister Comfort, your call is distracting us totally. You should mute. Please mute.
Sorry, please.
Please. Let's ensure that doesn't happen. Okay, so Ruth, do confirm that you can hear me, perhaps in the comment section. Okay, so it's important because people like gaslights. People like to just hear words, right? Words that they will not apply, things they will not do. Right, they just like hearing new things, right? Once it sounds good, it looks like it's their life expression. Now, it's important. Now, let's look at what you're doing, right? You made a very good statement that I'm going to begin with. You don't give what you don't have. Question is, do you have it or do you not have it? The desire to mentor.
The desire is there, and it has been like a passion. It's something that actually gives me joy, being able to see people happy, being of problem, all of that. And a lot of testimony has been coming out of it. But I want to develop myself more.
So what make you feel if you stop to go and develop yourself when people are already getting value, it's going to change? What's the dynamics? What's your plan in between stopping and developing yourself? What is the plan? What have you done? What are you doing?
I actually stopped. That was after the 8 month strike, when we came back to school. That was when I stopped, because I needed to concentrate on my studies, especially the project aspects that was taking a lot of time and concentration. As much as I want to be able to come out with a good grade as well, and be able to put the competition out there. So I have to withdraw, which I think last week I was able to drop 1 or 2. Some people are still reaching out on that one, because I do business coaching. I'm able to tell people, okay, this is the kind of business involved. This is what you are able to go into at a particular time. So even not being present currently, I'm still reaching out to people on a daily basis, like friends that call, people that call, okay, what do you think I should do? How do you think I should improve my business in so way? I'm still able to reach out to them, but that aspect of being devoted to like a weekly routine or everyday routine, reaching out to people, is no longer there, because you were measuring platforms, which I think I attended a seminar which they talked about that, like, is it considered so many online, I can't really develop myself on them. So what I want to do now is to be able to have access to all the certificates, to go professionally, where I will value, not like Madam Blessing said yesterday, you being able to make use of your talent to generate income for yourself. Not just
okay. So this is what I'm going to say, right? I'm listening to you. All I can say is passion, and for me, I'm getting pissed off. Why I'm getting pissed off is I'm wondering. So there's another route that has been waiting for you, and you're saying you want to go and develop yourself. So I'm thinking, why are you being selfish when I'm supposed to be gaining value from you, right? So the question is, how does Roots here, who has been able to reach out to other Roots and other Blessings and other Emeka and Inimeka, develop herself while she's doing what she's doing? I'll tell you what, there is no lesson you learn that is greater than the one you learn from practicing. Anything you learn that, okay, you just got me started on this one. No matter how much you study business, you're not a business manager until you manage a business. All that thing you study is talk. It's med talk. The guy who has hawked granite on the streets and have understood how to sell granite and produce 20,000 naira every day is better than you. The boy who sits in his August shop and is doing boy across whatever market, whether it's the what do you call them, building material market or whatever, is better than you. Why? He understands the dynamics of sales. So you cannot sit down to say you're a business analyst or you're a business developer, you don't have business experience. What are you developing? What are you business developing? Do you understand? Now it's important to build a professional course. Just day before yesterday, I finished the course. I'm on other ones. It's not going to stop this. So build. The reason is why this is important is you will have a need to keep building forever, unless you don't want to grow. But like you're going to be doing courses even till when you're 60. You're going to be building value till you're dead. And every time you want to build value, will you always shut down to build value? You cannot. Do you understand? So what you want to do is, how do you put the routine of growing and impacting into your schedule? This is what you need to hack. And I can tell you what to do. Number one is you've identified what area do you want to focus your coaching on? Is it life coaching? Is it business development? I'm focused more on business development, even though what we're doing here is more on life coaching. So I have an organization that deals on business development. You're going to be hearing that soon. We call it Job Savvy. That's where we teach you how to get jobs. And I have a testimony that everybody who joined that class must get a job unless you do not do what we said you should do. Is Comfort here? Comfort, are you a witness? She attended one of our classes, and I've known Comfort since secondary school. I bid her plenty. We collected her money. I think I used that money for Sphere. But do you understand what I'm saying, right? I have that expression. So when I get into that expression, I'm talking to you as a business developer, right? Whether from business development into HR. But here we're doing life coaching. Why are we doing life coaching here? Because everybody here needs to figure out how to start, right? And where to go from where you are, right? So you cannot afford to stop and say, until I think I'm ready. Now, listen, there is something in our back head, in our cortex, that always puts you in that pressure to think you're not ready. It makes you scared. It is called the imposter syndrome. Everybody on their journey to success have it. And just in a moment, you will know you've had it before. What is the imposter syndrome? That feeling to think, I am not good enough. What makes me feel I should be the one doing this? Yeah, you know your experiences, you know the things you've done, you can testify. Well, you may not have certificate, but people are being changed and they're telling you. But it tells you, what make you think, it's almost like the feeling of saying, what make you think you are the one that should be doing this? What gives you the right? What qualifies you? What endorses you to do that? But in real sense, people are being changed. What certificate do you need to change a life? No, really. What certificate? What certificate do you need to go for an errand? So why we build experience, go for these courses to strengthen our skills, to build capacity, relevance, and to do all of that. It's so that we will be better. Our cutting edge in delivery will be sharper. We'll know how best to communicate it. We'll know how best to help people. We'll know how to do that. That cannot afford to shut you down. Please confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. So that cannot afford to shut you down. So what you do is to find out what are the necessary courses you need, what area are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on life coaching? And now, very important, how do you make money from it? You've got to figure that out. How will that profit me? Yeah, you're doing life coaching, is what you're passionate about. If that's all you ever get to do, how will it pay you? Of course, that's not all you do, but if that was all you do, how will it pay you? Because the truth is, if what you're doing truly has value for people and benefits people, you should be able to pay for it. it also informs you how much of the kind of people you're building. You cannot build people or get a community of people who all they believe in are three things. First is they won't grow, you won't grow. They won't grow because everybody must understand the law of prioritization. The law of prioritization is simple. It means that you pay more attention to a thing at the expense of other things. In order to do that, you must inconvenience yourself. You must pay a price. It is simple. That is how everybody grows. Why do you think billionaires give grants? They give grants or give money. It's because it gives them social capital. And with the social capital, you don't know social capital is wealth. They know what to do with it. Just because someone else said, oh, Bill Gates does this for people in Africa, he wants to invest in Bill Gates shares. You think he's doing it because he likes you? No, it's business strategy. Okay, so basically, that is what you need to figure out. And Ruth, I will be over and over you. I will trouble you people, especially those of you who will identify with our mentorship. We will be over your head. You will do the things you ought to do and make the difference you ought to make because you are the best person to do what you do. I hope that is able to help. Okay, Ruth, I hope that was able to help you. Okay, can everybody hear me now? Let's go on. I think I'm shut out again. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please just type on the comment section. I can hear you. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, great. So I missed out because for a moment the network logged me out. So I did miss out from, I think I saw a couple of other posts. So Comfort, if you're on the comment section, after Roots, there were a couple of other questions. Could you just read that out to me? Yeah, just read that out to me. Let's attend to them very quickly and have our next speaker so we can wrap up here. Okay, Comfort, please unmute. Just read them out to me.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Please read out the question I missed. Yes, please, I can.
The questions?
Yes, please. The questions.
I didn't hear you, sir.
Yes, please. The questions.
Okay, sir.
There was one you were asking. I think there were two more. Just ask everything together, so we'll just answer. The one by El Sam.
Okay.
I think. Yes. Just read what you can see.
I didn't seem to catch that properly.
Yeah, just read out the
what
questions.
I can see.
Yes, please.
I don't have any question written down for now, unless you are asking the one on the chat.
Okay, don't worry, Ima. Can you see those questions? Okay, don't worry. Let me get Ima. Show me the questions. I missed a couple of those questions.
All right,
let me just have him show me. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. What are the questions you can see?
I should read it out.
Yes, please.
I am El Sam.
Okay.
A graduate of Benue State Polytechnic.
Okay.
I did study business administration.
Okay.
But after graduation, I went into ICT tech.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a firm where I can volunteer my services and also build myself into ICT tech the more.
Okay, great. I just got the question from El Sam, who studied ICT tech from school, and he wants a firm where he can develop his ICT skill. El Sam, please, if that's you, confirm that I got your question correctly. So what you really need right now is to be able to secure an organization where you can give your ICT skill. It doesn't seem like El Sam is on this call, so we might just skip that to the next question. What's the next question?
AB Christian is saying, I'm AB Christian,
okay.
A graduate from the University of Agriculture, Makurdi. I'm an animal scientist skill-wise, I'm a graphic designer. I'm I and I and more particularly UI UX designer.
Okay.
I teach people and have online courses.
Okay.
I'm creating more courses and strategizing to gain more stability on this skill.
Okay.
I hope this is on point.
Oh, great. Christian, awesome, awesome. Particularly the fact that you've been able to monetize your skills is laudable, is very laudable, particularly because what that does for you is you begin to build an ecosystem of young people who have the same skill. I can show you something to do with graphic design that will change everything about how you do it. But I might not share it here because people will be watching it later and your business model would have been stolen. But if you reach out to me, I'll tell you what to do to build that. But you're in a fantastic industry and you're doing very well. There are lots of things you cannot achieve today if you don't have the right visuals. A lot of people joined this event because they saw the quality of designs we were doing. And most of those designs came at very bricks knowledge, right? So you are on the right path. We salute you. That's the way to go. Do ensure that you're able to pick the recordings of these sessions and also digest so that it can help you set up the model of your business effectively. And as you train these people, don't just train people and let them go. Give them the opportunity to work with you, right? Give them the opportunity to work with you. That way you can create an ecosystem for designers. That way you can begin to take jobs and supply. I'm almost telling you what I'm supposed to tell you on a private conversation. So basically, you understand. So expand your reach. One of the things that changes the curve when it comes to wealth is after you've tested and approved your model, expand your reach. If you see that it's now benefiting people this much, expand your reach. Whatever that means to you, expand your reach. Expand your reach in terms of clients so that you get more jobs and give it to your guys. Expand your reach in terms of students so that you can expand the scope of the people you train. Expand your reach in terms of, a mentorship so that you ensure that your ecosystem is established to be able to create that platform by which you will be able to advance further personally and for the people you're going. So expand your reach. I hope that's able to help. Is that the final questions we have? Okay, very quickly. Okay, I'm sure Elsa, Christian, please confirm if that helped. Okay, moving on. Before we have our speaker, I want to bring to the mic a very distinguished young man I've known for several years now, right from our days as students in secondary school. I've watched his growth and it's inspiring every time I look back and see what he's been able to accomplish. I'm always proud of Victor, and I want him to be able to tell us and share with us what he is doing on the global stage. I've been opportune to speak on his platform, I think twice or more, as it regards to global dialogues as it concerns pressing issues. So I want to present to a lot of you and introduce to a couple of you, none other than Mr. Victor Oderson. Mr. Victor Oderson is the founder of the Global Youth Dialogue, and he's going to be sharing with us some of the opportunity that lies with his organization and what they're trying to achieve. Mr. Victor, your mic is unmuted. Please go ahead and share with us. Is it okay we see you grace us with your face? Please do it to unmute your mic and maybe your video as well. But you've been granted to unmute. Mr. Victor, can you hear us?
Okay, yes. Good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning. Is it okay we see your face, please?
Yeah, please, I crave your indulgence to permit me to off my camera because I'm not in my workstation currently. So
Okay,
I
ahead.
don't know if that's fine.
Yes,
all
please
right.
go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. Yes, I've been following the event since the start, and it has been very, very awesome. And I'm so excited to what we are having today, and I look forward to seeing how we can have more of these sessions And just quickly, a brief introduction of myself. My name is Melchizedek Victor, and I'm a very good friend of David. And I'm privileged to be the founder of the Young African Innovators Hub. Some of us on this call know about the event and know about the platform. It's actually a youth-focused organization that with the mission to scale Africa's economy through youth empowerment with skills and knowledge-based empowerment. And then we also engage young people to solve societal problems. And on a yearly basis, we organize what we call the Global Youth Dialogue. The Global Youth Dialogue, it's an event, it's a yearly event put together to bring young people on the same space with stakeholders, global stakeholders, and then getting to see how both the young and the elderly can deliberate on global challenges, and also seeing how we can find out solutions, possible solutions to addressing those challenges. And permit me to use the word decentralizing efforts to curb global issues, not leaving it to the governments alone. And at the same time, we create a session, a workshop session, where young people get to learn from industry leaders. Industry leaders. So over time, we've been organizing this event, and this year is going to be the third edition of the event, and we look forward to making it a physical event in Nigeria, Abuja particularly. So we look forward to making it a physical event in Nigeria, Abuja, and we hope to bring in um, stakeholders from different parts of the world. We hope to bring in diplomats, government officials, and industry leaders, and very importantly, young people as well, who are our major target audience. So I wish to use this opportunity to invite um, everyone on this call to be part of it. Um, Very importantly, we'll be working with campus startup. I believe that one it's a sure. We'll be working with partnering with campus startups, and also David is actually part of us. He's part of the planning committee for the event. So we want to see how we can um, make this a very amazing event, and we are opening the call for involvement and engagement to everyone on this platform. I'm going to be dropping the link to the website we built for the event, and also the flyer via the chat session. And I'm also going to be dropping my phone number. In any way you are interested in being a part of this event, either as a participant or as a volunteer, as a sponsor, you want to sponsor, you want to partner, we are open to um, to any of such involvement. You could check us on LinkedIn, check us on Facebook, to see the work we've done. So in any way you are interested in being a part of this, please do feel free to reach out to us. You could also reach out to me through David as well. Although I'm going to be dropping some details via the chat session, and then it's really going to be a big one. It's such that has never happened in the history of Nigeria before. More so that it's been organized by young people. I tell the truth, the more details will be coming out shortly. And then in that regard, we are having a summit prior to the event, which is coming up next month. I'll be reaching out to us through Mr. David as well, and I'll see how we will work with him. It's actually a global summit we are having, and we are going to be touching economic aspect. We're going to be touching climate issues. Basically, it's an SDG summit. So just to not to take much of the time given to me, I'll be dropping much detail on the platform. And if you want to reach out to me, my phone number will be there, or you could reach out to me through Mr. David. We are in this together. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. And let me just drop the details on the chat section now. I don't know if anyone has a question or clarification. I will be available to respond. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Thank you so much, Ray. This is good. One of the things I know I am big on any day, anytime is to see that brands and individuals who are doing noble things are supported. I still remember how the global youth dialogue started and all that it's doing right now. Right, I'm excited and I'm looking forward to see how much we can engage with this. Right, so as many of you who see it as what you want to be part of, just get ready, follow the information made available, then we can tap into the resource that there is. A couple of our guests are saying they'll rather talk to us on the WhatsApp group. I was not planning to have an evening session because I wanted to take some time with my team to really chill out and rest. But we might have to give them the chance to present at the time when they want to present so that they will do that more effectively. So on the community, they will share. We have some opportunity for interns right now. We have some opportunities for volunteering right now. They will share them on the group. Just before we call it, because we might have to shut down based on that, I just got some notice from two of our guests that they are hoping to share later in the evening. So we'll just give them that chance since majority of people will get access to that. Thank you very much, Victor. Okay, great. So let's go straight into it. I have a friend and a brother who is on this call. He is a phenomenal protagonist, but not just any kind of protagonist. He's a protagonist of branding. I have known Sam since 2014. He's a phenomenal person. Now, I was talking about Vusi yesterday. Sam was the first person that made me really like Vusi. When I saw Vusi before then, yeah, I listened a couple, but it wasn't so much of a focused thing, right? For when Sam did spoke about him, I remember where we were, the conversations we were having at the office where he was, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for this guy. And at that time, there were no videos he had on YouTube I didn't listen to. There was none. And see how far we've come, right? So I have the brand protagonist himself. He has an amazing package for you. One of the things you don't want to do during this time is not to take advantage of opportunities. And you see, because you're taking advantage of it through this platform, it's easier for you because you can tell me what your challenges are, and I can go back and say, based on this, I have a negotiating power for you. You can take advantage of it. So I want to bring to the screen, your screen right now, none other person. Please, I want to see fireworks. Did we do fireworks for Mr. Victor? Let's do a combined fireworks. I want to see a firework for none other than the brand protagonist. Before I bring him up, you guys really need to understand what's coming your way. He's not the usual person, so you want to check out his social media page so that you really understand what I'm saying. I think when he comes online, he's going to tell you how you can gain access to those things. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. It's been such an honor. It's about 9 years now of our friendship. I absolutely still remember how we met. And I just want to thank you for staying true to value and the things you're doing right now across organizations and society. Welcome on the platform. Let's get to meet you.
Mr. Dave, and
Yes,
good
sir.
morning, everybody. My name is Sam Akinkumi, and I'm the brand protagonist.
That's right.
Recently, my coach forced me to start introducing myself like that. I never wanted to, but he was like, no, you should. In fact, he came up with the name. I'm so happy to be here, and it's been an honor being David's friend for 9 years. I knew David before I even got into school. So we have been on the journey, and it's been a great one from being fellowship presidents to being actual friends. And it's been a progressive journey. It's been a progressive relationship. It's been a strong one at that, one I don't take for granted. And this platform I don't also take for granted. Thank you so much for allowing me come on board. Even if it was a short notice, I'll talk. Even if it was a short notice, but then
Please confirm you can hear us. Confirm you're still here. Oh no, let's give him some time. I think it's the network. Are you back, sir?
Yes, I am here. So
Okay.
one or two like to say. Oh God.
Okay, let's just give him some time. Perhaps there's a hitch at his end. Let's just give him some time. Okay, I'll just reach out to him personally. Okay, it's taking some time. Okay, once he comes back, we're going to give him back the platform just to share. Okay, so as we wrap up, right, just few things I want you to note is some of you have been asking, how can you be part of the volunteering team? How can you be part of what we're doing at Campus Startup? Let me just run you through a few things. We are going all the way. As at yesterday, we got some opportunity for conversations with Cape Town University. In fact, it was a team member that was bringing to my notice that our first speaker, Dr. Mr. Oyewole Joledo, was opening up an opportunity for us to be able to penetrate Cape Town University just like that. Just like that. And we're taking advantage of that. So don't be surprised if you see me in South Africa next month, right? We're pushing on all of that. In order to do that, we want to solidify our model here in Nigeria. We're going to be partnering with a couple of universities in the coming months. In this year, we'll be penetrating different institutions. There are well over 100 universities scattered around Nigeria from both private, federal, and state-owned, right? We want to be on all universities. We want to be on all colleges of education. We want to be on all polytechnics. Why do we want to do that? Because we want to be where the people who have the challenge we want to solve are. That's where we want to be. Now, there are various ways by which we achieve what we want to achieve. Number one is through our online communities. We're building online communities. Now, there's a LinkedIn page, right, that is available for people to join. That is where we'll be building, because you can build a community of about 200,000 on LinkedIn. So we want to build from there. From there, we're going to have our app. We're currently working on those conversations already to develop a prototype of how we will operate online, right? So that it will be easy for you to have. We're building in courses that makes the process easy for you to be able to come in and see the different opportunities that lie for you. So against just saying, oh, go learn this skill, we're going to do a lot of collaboration with EDX, with Udemy and all of that to get your courses at subsidized rates and link them up to our app where you can easily come, and everything we teach you will be in modules. So you can pick them. When you're done, you acquire those relevant skills needed. And when you're done with a particular skills, you have the opportunity to be in an ecosystem of people who have that skills. So if you learn graphics, you'll be in their system. So it's easy for you to be able to negotiate, exchange ideas, increase value. If you work with, for instance, web design, you also come into that ecosystem and community and build. This is what we want to achieve. So everybody is important, whether you're coming in with a technical skill or you're coming in as a student mobilizer. Some of you already have some level of influence and reach in your campus, and you want to say, Dave, we want to come into Campus Startup to offer our time. I must promise you it's taxi, because the real face you're seeing here is not my real face behind. My real face behind is a lot of work. I've been up before 3 a.m. today and I've not seen sleep, right? Because we're putting systems and processes in place. So it requires some level of work. If you're not ready to put in work, if you're not ready to become better, if you're not ready to stretch yourself so that when you step out, you become relevant anywhere, you might not be able to take on this opportunity. So don't just say, oh, I want to volunteer because I was part of this. You're not under any compulsion. If you think it's something you want to identify with, why not join us, right? What we can do for you at this moment as a volunteer, so that we're straight up, is you're guaranteed to get recommendations from us, right? Just this morning, we spoke to some of our speakers on how we want to recommend people to work with them as personal assistants. At any point, they might need them in arrival to the country or something they need people to do. Imagine you have that level of direct access to now build your network further. And because you're coming from an organizational recommendation, they will not do you anyhow. It's different from when you just go and apply for one job, because they will want to keep their relationship with the organization. So they'll have to treat you well. And we will determine your terms. We will ensure that it favors you. So these are some of the kind of benefits you get. Now there are opportunities for paid jobs. Just last week we did a job with Mastercard Foundation and their work, and they were paid some amounts. Some amounts were paid to the people we work with. So from time to time we'll get projects to execute, and you get your pay. You get your full pay. You have full details as to how pay comes and how you get it. And when we get on projects, which we are going to be delving into soon, we're going to be having things like the National Undergraduate Skill Festival, the National Graduate Skill Festival. We're going to be doing different skill festivals so that we just make skill more interesting for people to take advantage of growth. And that's not something you want to miss out of, because when you're able to help people develop, I mean, you cannot stay underdeveloped. When you're able to help people develop, you cannot stay underdeveloped. So these are some of the opportunities we want to take. We want to give access to you for. So you think you want to volunteer? Some information will come in on the general group between now and when we wrap up officially in the evening. Evening is going to be a party session. We're going to have two speakers speak to us. Then we'll do a virtual party. There's rice, there's stew, there's a lot of things for you to have. So you don't want to miss out on that as well. You want to volunteer with us? Absolutely. Okay, we have the brand protagonist back. We'll have him just speak to us. Then I'll share with you one last offer, and we call it a day already. Okay, if you're here now, sir, let's have you back live. You're good to unmute, sir.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, my mother was calling. So let's share. Basically, I have been in branding for the past 6 to 7 years, and one of the things I have noticed is that a lot of people want to build brands out of vacuum, and it is very, very impossible. And one of the ways you can ensure growth in virtually everything you do is to tie it around the reputation, tie it around a brand. I think one of the reasons why a lot of you are following David, one of the reasons why a lot of you are here is because of the reputation that David has with you. And that is a brand. All right? That is actually a brand. So, and that is because of the content, and you are able to relate with David's brand because of your interaction with him, and that is content. Now, I sent David a content. I was for the promotion of my next class. I told him, I said, if content is king, you are the king maker. That is, if content is going to rule in everything you do, you are the one to make it rule. So my major drive is to raise a community of working brands, a community of people who have strong reputation, people, companies, and businesses that have strong reputation and are growing with it. So I want to teach, I want to lecture, I want to help people know how to create valuable content that can gather an audience, content that can help people grow, content that can connect with people, emotionally, because this is the truth. People relate more with emotion than logic. You know, they say men are logical, women are emotional. Please let me correct that. Everybody is emotional, but men only tilt to logic faster than women. So I will be teaching that class. It's a one-day class and it is free. All right. On the 28th of this month, I've sent most of the information to David. That class, I call it the unlimited content generation class. Now, I had it earlier this week. I had over 100 people in my class, but I want to do a repeat of it because I made some small omissions, and I realized those omissions are very important. So I want to do a repeat of that class on the 28th of June. And this is it. It will be holding on Google Meet, and it will actually help you to become, at least it will help you start creating content consistently. I did a poll in my class and I asked, what is the major issue with content creation for you? Some of them, and majority of them said they get stuck, they don't know what to say. I hope you're getting that. That's, they get stuck, they don't know what to say. So I realized, okay, I have a system personally that helps me create content continuously. That's, I never lack what to say. If I'm not posting, it is because probably I got too busy or because I just felt lazy. It is not because I don't know what to say. All right? So, and with that system I've been able to create, I've been able to generate a level of revenue, I've been able to generate a level of consistency, and I've been able to gather a level of audience for my brand. And I want to help other people be able to do this too. So that is why I am doing this class. I'm going to teach you a very simple yet time-effective way for you to be able to generate content. I'm going to teach you how to use your content for sales. That's if you have anything you are selling. I'm saying anything, including bracelets. Even if you are selling bracelets, I'm going to show you how to use content, because a lot of people don't understand that no matter what you are doing, if you are only asking people to buy without giving them value, you will get very less sales compared to someone that has come out to give value first. Go and check it. The people that are making massive impact out there are giving value first. It is value that always gives birth to value. So if you are not giving value, what you'll be seeing is people who already know that they have this problem. Those are the ones that will come to you. But when you start giving value, even people that don't know that they have the problem will begin to see that they have the problem and they start coming to you. So it is like this. There are 5 levels of awareness within customers. There is the problem unaware. These people don't know that they have the problem. There is the problem aware but product unaware. These people are aware that they have the problem, but they are not aware of your product. There is now the problem aware, but then there is the product aware, then the problem unaware. These people are aware that that your product exists, but they don't know that they have the problem. You get them, there might be some symptoms in their life that shows that they have the problem, but they don't know that that thing is there. So with content, you can be able to start bringing them to that point where they know what they are going through. And I'll also and then there is finally, okay, there are 4 rather. Finally, there is now the problem aware and the solution aware. Now, these people are the ones we call the warm audience, the people who are willing to buy. The first one, that is the problem unaware, and the solution and the solution unaware. That's the people that don't even know
about it at all. Those ones are the cold audience. They are the ones that you have to keep giving content to. Now, with this kind of understanding, you know that content is very, very, very important for you to grow in anything you're doing. And I am not talking about content, I'm not just talking about content that make people laugh. There is also a way you can use entertaining content to pass strong messages to an audience. So these are the things I have packaged in a way to help us grow. And it is just a day's class. In 1 hour, I'll be teaching some of those things. And I promise you, you would be happy you attended. I've sent details to Mr. David. He's going to drop the details with for you. And I am hoping to see you in class. Thank you so much, Mr. David.
Thank you greatly, Mr. Sam. Okay, everyone heard the brand protagonist. Please do take advantage of this class. We'll be sharing the details with us by evening. Take advantage, take advantage. The key word today is take advantage. As we get ready to wrap up, I want to show you the final opportunity for this morning before we get into the evening session. So I want to know if you can hear me. Just type in here, take advantage. Okay, so while we do that, I still want to reiterate that there are volunteering opportunities. You're going to be hearing that by evening. There are also opportunities for internship. Like I said, we'll be giving a couple of you recommendations, right? Now, this recommendation will be based on certain criteria. A couple of us have been active. We've taken cognizance. The team have taken cognizance of certain persons. Your participation has an analytical assembling that as you participate, we can tell, right, the people who have been active as participants, and those people, we will really want to focus our attention on the people who are committed to what we're doing. So do well to be around that evening session so you can take advantage of the opportunity that's available. You can't be around all through and not take advantage of all of this. You heard the brand protagonist. You cannot really do anything without the right brand. Some of you, if when you saw the invite for this event, you saw the flyer and it was looking like RIP, I'm very sure you were not going to join. Some people do designs that remind them of their death. Do you understand? So you want to take advantage. Some people, they write and it is what they wrote that discourage you from buying. So you want to know how to brand properly, how to position right, so you can take advantage. And the best person to do that are people who are into the experience. And any day, anytime, I can recommend Mr. Sam. I have seen his track record and the efficacy of his work, and you want to take advantage of that. Okay, great. We are taking advantage. I want to share with you, for as many of you who are looking forward to sealing a job, I will tell you a story as I wrap up. This is not something I would usually say. When I finished the first week of finishing from school, as I was dropping my pen and rounding up as a graduate, I got 6 job offers. 6. Now, prior to that time, there were issues with robbery attack, and I was shut out online for a while until I returned on the second week. When I did, it had grown to 8 or 9 jobs. 8 or 9 jobs. With jobs with reputable organizations, not opportunity to go for interview, actual job offers. And I'd figured that a lot of people keep telling you that there are no jobs. I hear that a lot. Sometimes when you ask people, what kind of job do you want to do? They sound like they don't have an option. They tell you any job. Are you here right now and the kind of job you want to do is any job? Any job cannot sustain you. Any job cannot pay the bills. Any job can't help. You need the job that can solve these things, your bills, that can afford you the lifestyle you need. Some of you want to sit in your house and just be making money. Do you have the skill that can warrant that? Some of you want to get to an office space where you should not be working, so they are just paying you. Can you afford not to grow? Because such kind of companies and organizations don't pay you much. I've heard of people who say, "Oh, I just want to get into the civil service, so they are paying me." How much would they pay you? Even if the company or the organization at the end of the day pays you 400,000, by the time you multiply your challenge for attaining that height, how much are you making? But you can start a career where you build through those experiences of job into a higher prospect. Now, I do not expect that all of you will just pick a job, but I do expect that all of you need the discipline that a job gives. There is something about working in an organized setting. It gives you the discipline and the coordination of focus. Many young people don't have that coordination of focus. So part of your career plan should have somewhere, maybe 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 5 years, I recommend, that you pick an organized organization and work. Learn your discipline, learn operation, learn result, learn execution, learn these different things and position yourself. This is why people also do internship. This is why people also volunteer. While you're doing that, you're learning the ropes. I don't believe in people working with me and staying with me forever. In fact, there is something in me that will chase you after a while, because I expect after working with me, you should start something. You should have learned something enough to do something, because all of us can't be in the same umbrella. How do we expand to the end of the world? And there are no competitions. There are none. The only competition we have is internal, competing to be better selves. There is no competition external. If you have the solid brand, you will succeed. There are several hundreds of automobile companies in the world, and they are doing well. And nobody is threatened. If you're threatened, then you don't understand your value and your market. Once you have the right product for the right market, you hit it with the right strategy. And this is why I'm presenting to you all what we call the employability masterclass. If you check the chat box now, you're just going to see the flyer for the employability masterclass. The intent of the employability masterclass is to help you develop and hone the skills you need to get the job you ought to get. You cannot be working in a place, I keep saying, that pays you less than 150. If you are there, it's a survival move. It should not be more than a year plan. And I don't even know how you will survive collecting a salary of 100 or less, at worst less, right? But there is a way to build your skills to be able to attain that. Your drive and your focus is not that I want to earn this amount. Your drive and focus is I want to offer this kind of value, because when you offer that value, you attract the sum. And that is what we want to be able to achieve at the employability masterclass. So you're here, you want to get a job, you're here, whether it's an NGO job. This time around, we're bringing in speakers. I have someone like Mr. Edo, who has vast experience with NGOs, working as a consultant with the United Nations and a couple of organizations. He will be a guest talking to us, right? How do you get NGO jobs? What are the things you need to put in place? Most times our problem is not getting the job, is the things we've not put in place, right? If I want to get another job today, I know what to do, where to go to get it now. Right? So that way is applicable. You cannot finish the class and not get a job unless you don't want to get the job, unless you don't want to work yet. When you finish, you will see what to do. You will know how to go about it. You will know where to go. You will apply and you will see the result. From start to finish, to your CV generation, to how to build your career pathway. An average person has about 30 to 40 years, an average graduate, to build a career. Whatever you do with that time will determine the outcome of your life. So you want to build the right career. Some of you, you're interested in something, but that's not your career path. You want to build effectively towards where you're headed and make a difference from your life. So this is for us, and this is one you should take advantage of. We're going to be shutting down here. I will make it open. Perhaps there's a question or two. If there is no question, then we'll wrap up very quickly. By evening, we'll just get our guests to speak to us and we share the benediction. At that point, get ready for the party. Some of you get the opportunity to work directly with campus startups. Some of you, it will be with other organizations. It will be great to see that you take advantage of those opportunities. Question? You have a question? Let me see you raise your hand. Okay, now it doesn't look like there's any. So let me take out this time to appreciate everyone who have been in this call. I think I want to do some special mentions. Yes, I was hoping to see Blessing has been on this call. Blessing Atta, please do get in touch. Anemina, permit me if I killed your name. Christiana has been on this call. Please get in touch. My friend and my brother, Emmanuel Oyeke, always a pleasure. Emmanuel, should I tell them how we got to meet? Do I have your permission?
Okay, yeah, if you wish.
I've known Emmanuel from childhood. I've known Emmanuel since 2005. Emmanuel, do you know I've known you that long? Since 2005. It's been an amazing experience. One of the things that surprised me about this young man is how he manages to stay in touch. We might not have each other's number, but somewhere he will just resurface. I'm like, God, this guy, we're going all the way to the end of the year. Thank you so much for being here. I can see Favor Owecho. Thank you, Favor. It's good to have you here. Special mention, the guy right behind that campus startup is my number one guy. Thank you so much, Ima, for the incredible work we're doing together. It's to the nations. It's to the nations. It's all the way to the nations. What more can I say about praise? Guys, watch out for praise. Praise is about the biggest thing you will soon see coming out from women in Africa. And we're doing amazing thing together. It's not just hype. I'm looking forward to that. Victor, my brother, good to have you here. So let's prepare for evening. Evening is the final session. So we want to reach out to as many as possible so they can take advantage of this. Also, get ready for the recordings. Now, we were supposed to, somewhere in our plan, we were planning to ensure that we just make it affordable and free for you to access. But like we've been told, whatever you don't pay for, you don't pay attention. So we're going to put small amounts to the recordings of the videos. They will be properly edited, they'll be properly done so that you can have the full idea of each speaker. So we'll break them into those different sessions for you to take advantage of. There are a couple of other things you will get in attachment to that. If you do make the payment for the videos, you will also get the business plan template from Dr. Blessing, and you will also get a couple of other things. For those people who make their payments, you will get direct recommendation to the one who has worked with us here. You will also stand the chance of getting the certificate of the event. So it's a full package you want to take advantage of. By evening, we'll be letting you know how to get it, where to get it, and what the cost is. I think it's a good place to stop. From me and the team, the entirety of everyone who have worked this. Oh, Comfort, I can't forget. Thank you so much, Comfort. Comfort has been an amazing friend. And I'm so glad to have you here. I hope you've gotten value and every one of you have gotten value. And I also hope you will share this. Don't be selfish about this opportunity. Share it. Someone reached out to me yesterday and said she doesn't want to invite anybody so that she can go back and teach them. I got laughing. Please don't be that stingy. Give them the opportunity to come. They will respect you for giving them the opportunity to gain value. So from us, every one of us here and the team, this guy is doing amazing thing behind the system. Thank you so much and bye for now. See you in the evening by 8 p.m. as we wrap this up with some good party. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.